Hi everyone, my name is Allan Wille. I'm one of the co-founders here at Klipfolio. And today I wanted to show you the latest things that we're working on. We're really excited about it. I think you will be as well. And the dashboard that you see here is one that I'm going to show you how to build. This is something that you can build as well. We're using some data from Google Analytics, and we're also using some data that we built from scratch. But both of these things, if you follow along, you can do yourself in a matter of a few minutes. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy it. So when you first sign in, you're likely going to land on this screen here, which is custom dashboards. The stuff that I want to show you and what I'm really excited about is actually on the other side, and it's called metric monitoring. So let's head over there now, and then we'll go through the steps in creating those two metrics and put them on a metric board as well to finish this example. So let's start first with the Google sessions. And to start that, and you can see that on this screen here, we have a button here that says add a metric now, or we have a plus button next to this label here. Why don't we click on here? Both of them do the same thing. And what we're going to see is we're going to see a number of services that we connect to easily, plus we see a number of featured metrics down below. Now, I could either go to Google Analytics, or I could click straight on sessions. Either one will get you to the same place. Let's just click on Google Analytics for now. And again, I want to find sessions. These are all the metrics that we can connect to using Google Analytics. Here's sessions. And what this does now is it connects to my Google Analytics account. You'll have to authenticate using your information. We go to the next step. And depending on how complex your web properties are, Google is going to ask you what account, what property, and what analytics profiles you want to sign up to. So it's fetching that information right now. Okay, so let's click on this. We're going to choose Klipfolio as the main analytics account. I'm going to choose we have a lot of accounts in our company. I'm going to choose the support subdomain for this example, and then support@klipfolio.com. And let's go submit. And what Google is doing now is we're going to fetch that data back into Klipfolio. And it immediately goes in and it will build you a visualization based on the session data that has come from Google Analytics for our support subdomain. Now what's amazing about this visualization is that right off of the bat you can adjust the time frames. You can also segment this. So if I wanted to segment this by channel grouping, for example, I can very easily do that so that I can understand that most of our traffic is actually coming through organic search. So the same thing goes for filters. So for example, if I wanted to see only data that is coming from the United States, let's type in that and we can select United States down here, and the data will update to only show us that geography. Additionally, you probably saw it before, but I can also change the chart type. So I can look at stacked bars, I could look at a pie chart of all of that data over that time frame, or display just a visual number. So now that we've done that, let's go back and let's actually build a metric from scratch. So I'm going to go back to all of our metrics, and you can see that that first one just showed up there. And again, I'm going to click on the plus button. And instead of picking one of the pre-selected paths here, we're going to go top right and we're going to define our own metric. Now, we're going to use the save data source, and you can do this as well by using some of the sample data in Klipfolio. But this is the same as if you were connecting to a database or connecting to a CRM or uploading an Excel file. And I'm going to use the live sales data here. So let's go next. This takes a look at that data and it presents you with all the available choices, and we want to measure revenue for this example. And I want to sum it. I could choose to average the data or count it, but for our revenue example, it makes most sense to sum this data. I'm going to click next. And then this screen here allows us to pick which ways we want to segment the data. So I want to see which sales reps are performing. I want to be able to select by country. And of course, the product as well is important to me. So now that we've done that, we can move on to the next step. I want to bring this information in on a daily basis. One of the really cool things about what we're working on with Klipfolio is that we're saving the history of your data. So every time we go out and fetch new data, Klipfolio actually takes a snapshot of that. And over time, we're going to build up an incredible amount of data that you have access to. So let's finish this up. We need to determine what the data shape is. I want to have all the data as opposed to just the latest values or the latest values for each day. We're going to click Next. My trend for sales data is going up, and I don't mind the current name that it's chosen, which is revenue. So let's save that, and again, it'll build that data for us, build that visualization, and if I click on that, it'll take me to that visualization. It's looking at all data over all time right now. Why don't we take a look at just the past 12 months, and let's segment this as by product. And you can see that I had quite a spike here in the number of products that I was selling. And again, the data that we did pull in from this allowed us to segment it and filter it further by country, by sales rep, etc. So if I wanted to see how these two reps were performing, again, I can select that and really easily filter in on exactly what their performance is. So now that we've done those two metrics, and you can see that they're showing up here in our library, let's go on to the metric board. So a metric board is your dashboard where you can put these things together. So I'm going to create one right now, and let's give it a title. So we'll call it Our Performance, and then it defaults me to this edit mode where I can immediately go in and add various metrics. So let's add our Google Analytics sessions. Let's also add our revenue, and then let's actually do the same thing again. Let's add revenue again, and I'll show you what I'm about to do. So I'm going to change this one to just show me a number. So we'll click on here. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay this out a little bit differently as well. So we'll move this like this. We'll put this one here. And I'm going to make this guy a little bit taller as well. Like that. Now, for each of these metrics on this metric board, I can further configure them. So I may want to say that I want to segment this one by product, just as we were doing before. And I actually want to look at it as a bar chart. And I think daily segmentation is fine for now. So there we go. And then this one as well, I want to reconfigure the view. So let's keep it as a line chart, but let's segment by channel. And I actually want to put some trend lines on it as well so that I can more easily see what's happening inside of the data. All right, so we're building ourselves a really nice dashboard, and I don't know if you noticed, but when we were setting this data up, one of the things that was really nice about these two data sources is that they shared a dimension. And up here at the top of this dashboard, we can see that we have country available to us. Now, channel grouping was available only to Google Analytics. Device category was Google Analytics as well, and product and sales rep belonged to the revenue metric. But country was actually a shared dimension. So any one of your colleagues can go in here and say, let's look at the last 14 days, and I want to segment this again. Let's segment this to Canada for today, and we can see how we're doing. This is incredibly easy and powerful for anybody in your organization to do, and by laying it out in different ways and formats, and by duplicating one of these metrics and displaying it differently, it makes it easy for people to understand what the data is telling them and to easily visualize that. So there we have it. In a few short steps, we've got ourselves a beautiful dashboard that is usable by any one of your colleagues, and you can make better decisions because of it. So we went through the process of adding a metric template, which is this Google Analytics session, and we have hundreds of those available. And then we also built a metric from scratch using an uploaded or a Google Sheet that is connected, or connection to a database for that matter. And then we added both of those metrics to this dashboard that you can then go ahead and share with your colleagues. So thanks for watching. I hope you check it out. Let us know what you think. We're super excited about this product, and keep us posted.